Good afternoon, kindergarten boys and girls. Today's lesson will be dance concept space, meaning spot. The Maryland State Standards develop the ability to dance to create movement. The movement we will be doing recognize how to control body and voice in general and self space. Today, the teacher will explain that there are only two kinds of space: self space and general space. Self space is space around your body. General space is that space where you can do movement while traveling. Students will demonstrate general and self space while doing locomotive and non-locomotive movement. Locomotive means to move, to do movement, traveling from place to place. And non-locomotive movement is to do movement around your body or where you stand. Today, students, I will introduce the brain pattern, the brain pattern, and the principle. Tactile, core to still, head and tail, upper and lower, body side, vestibulator, the brain principles, giving meaningful feedback, enriched environment, appropriate curriculum, meaningful curriculum, and alternating teach, direct, and student-centered activities through movement. So today's warm-up will be falling snow. It's instrumental. So students, you will imagine they are falling snowflakes using shapes to create movement. For an example, circles, angular, squares, triangles, in general and self space. Then we're going to have the second part of our warm up. It's called Snowy Day by Boyz II Men. So students, while the music is playing, you will lay on the floor in your general space and make snow angels. Students will follow the leader in the story that requires to do the movement with you. Create your own movement based on the things that Peter does in the story Snowy Day. Here are the movements. So when I read a line in the story, then you will have to create movement when I read the story. It's time to wake up. Students, you will yawn and stretch and rub your eyes in your self space. Oh, snow. You're going to raise your arms and big surprise. Still in self space. Time to get your coat, hat, and gloves on. Pretend, but still movement in self space. Oh, it's cold. Let's stomp our feet in the snow. In general space. Stomp, stomp, stomp. And we can also march, march, march in the snow. Time to make a snowball. Pretend, bend over, scoop up some snow from the ground, and put the snow in both hands and make a round ball. Wow, it's cold. Now you're going to stick out your tongue and taste the snow. The last thing, you will put both hands on your ears because mom is calling, and you can do that movement in general space. Have fun. Developing skills. The teacher will remind students of general space. It belongs to every individual. Students will perform certain locomotor in general space to the song Listen and Move. And this is by the kids' cartoon. The teacher will remind students of self-space. It belongs only to you. Students will perform certain non-locomotive movement using the YouTube Dinosaur Stomp. And that's by Koo Kang-Roo. Now we are going to go into creating. Creating, understand how to control body and voice in self-space and general space. Students will demonstrate their understanding of what they've learned while the teacher observes. The students will create their own movement in general and self-space when assigned. Now, you guys, you have learned so much about all these principles and patterns and concepts. So now Miss Savoy needs to see how much you know. So I will give you a formative assessment. And these categories are outstanding, proficient, and basic. But these are the things that you have to do to earn those outstanding, proficient, and basic areas. Move in self-space. In self-space. Movement in general space. Execute locomotive movement in self-space. Execute non-locomotive movement in general space. And now we are really coming to an end, to a close. Now we're going to do the cool down. Students, we are now going to sit and form a circle and reflect on the concepts, the principles, and the patterns that you have learned. My question is, what is your favorite part of the lesson? Bye, guys. Class dismissed.